Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into the latest updates on the economy, crypto, and tech. Let's get started. The Federal Reserve has held interest rates steady for the fifth straight time, despite President Trump's calls for cuts. Inflation remains above the Fed's 2% target, with the core personal consumption expenditures index rising 0.3% in June, matching expectations. Annually, core inflation hit 2.8%, higher than forecasts, signaling persistent price increases. Fed Chair Jerome Powell warned there's still a long way to go before fully understanding how tariffs are impacting inflation. In Q2, major crypto firms reported mixed results. Strategy, a Bitcoin treasury firm, hit a record $10.02 billion in net income and plans to raise $4.2 billion to buy more Bitcoin. Tether also posted a record $4.9 billion profit, expanding its USDT supply and holding a large chunk of US government debt. Robinhood's crypto trading volume dipped from Q1, but new staking services and blockchain projects could boost future growth. Big tech companies had a strong quarter. Microsoft's net income jumped 24%, driven by cloud and AI, with Azure revenue surpassing $75 billion. Amazon's revenue grew 13%, with Amazon Web Services up 18%. Apple hit a record $94 billion in June quarter revenue, thanks to iPhone, Mac, and services. The SEC launched Project Crypto, aiming to modernize rules for digital assets. Led by Chair Paul Atkins, it will focus on custody, trading, and classification, integrating DeFi into US markets. This aligns with the Trump administration's goal to position the US as a crypto hub. The White House released a crypto policy report urging Congress to pass new laws and the SEC to set clear rules. It suggests giving the CFTC authority over crypto spot markets and creating safe harbors for innovation. The report also mentions a strategic Bitcoin reserve, but community concerns remain over future sales restrictions. Next, let's take a look at the economic indicators for this week. First up, consumer sentiment showed surprising strength. The CB Consumer Confidence Index jumped to 97.2, beating forecasts and reaching a multi-month high. This signals growing optimism among households, likely supported by rising wages and solid economic growth. But when it comes to the job market, the story is more nuanced. JOLTS job openings declined to 7.437 million, a continued slide that points to softening demand for workers. However, ADP non-farm employment rose by 104,000, much stronger than expected. On the flip side, non-farm payrolls disappointed, adding just 73,000 jobs, far below the 106,000 forecast. Meanwhile, the unemployment rate edged up to 4.2%, and the jobless claims remained low at 218,000, showing some resilience in layoffs but a slight softening overall. Wage growth held steady, with average hourly earnings rising 0.3% month over month, in line with forecasts and slightly stronger than June. Inflation-wise, the core PCE price index rose 2.8% year over year, a tick higher than expected, keeping pressure on the Fed. As anticipated, the Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged at 4.50%. With mixed signals from inflation and jobs, the central bank appears to be in wait-and-see mode. A major highlight: US GDP grew 3.0% in Q2, crushing expectations and rebounding strongly from last quarter's contraction. That's a clear sign of robust economic output and momentum. But not everything is glowing. Manufacturing data was weak across the board. S&P Global Manufacturing PMI dipped to 49.8. ISM Manufacturing PMI fell to 48, both indicating contraction. Input prices eased, though, as ISM prices dropped to 64.8, which may be a silver lining for producers. Crude oil inventories surged by 7.698 million barrels, despite expectations for a drawdown. That surprise build could reflect softer demand or oversupply, and it may keep downward pressure on oil prices in the near term. Next week, market attention will be focused on key economic indicators and earnings reports, including S&P Global Services PMI, 10-year note auction, crude oil inventories, initial jobless claims, and ISM non-manufacturing PMI. Meanwhile, several major corporations are set to release their earnings reports, including Berkshire Hathaway, Palantir Technologies, Mercado Libre, Advanced Micro Devices, Caterpillar, Arista Networks, Supermicro Computer, Uber Technologies, Shopify, and McDonald's Corporation. In short, the US economy is sending mixed signals. Growth is strong, consumers are confident, and wages are rising. But hiring is uneven. Inflation is sticky, and manufacturing is still in contraction. All eyes now turn to the Fed's next move and data in August for clearer direction. That's it for today's roundup. Did you like this breakdown? If so, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring that bell for your weekly macro updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.